Hello, I'm David D. Hilster. I am a critical thinker, dissident scientist, and I'm here to tell you the truth about science, something university professors won't tell you, the mass media won't tell you, and certainly those science evangelists won't tell you. I'm hearing a lot of discussion, and rightly so. I love to read these discussions that these videos generate, and this is about proof. Oh, we have proof of a theory. We have experimental evidence. We have physical evidence that space-time exists, that the Higgs boson exists, that all these things exist. So why are you saying that there's only math and that isn't proof? We have proof. Another way we hear this is with my favorite science evangelist, because he is, in my opinion, not a scientist and not even close to a critical thinker, Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you watch my video about my criticism of his answer to could Einstein be wrong, he says it's been proven over and over and over again. Well, guess what? You can't prove anything. You can't prove a theory. You can't prove a model. All you can do is show supporting evidence for a theory or a model you build. There's nothing else you can do. You can't say any theory is proven. You can't say anything that we know is absolutely true. What we can do is constantly come up with mathematical and physical models that we think are better, that solve problems. And right now in physics and cosmology, we don't have small problems. We don't have detailed problems, as Mr. deGrasse Tyson says. Oh, well, we saw Newton was wrong, Einstein fixed it. Einstein's wrong in the middle black holes, string theory is going to fix it. No! Relativity is wrong. He won't even look at that because he says there's proof. String theory is an invention. The people who invented it are horrified that people are looking at this as real stuff. It's not. But regardless, it doesn't matter what you subscribe to. If you are a 11-dimensional person, which in my opinion is ridiculous, it's fun math, or if you love tensor equations and you somehow fall in love with the math, or fall in love with your model, or fall in love with mainstream's mumbo jumbo of models and theories and standard models, which is neither standard and it's neither a model. But if you fall in love with those, sure, you start to make things out of nothing. You start to say that space-time, the tensor equations, and all these things that you learn to manipulate with mathematics, which is a beautiful system, imperfect, but beautiful system, and you say to yourself, yeah, this is physical. Space-time's physical. Look at these beautiful equations. Look at how they work. Look at their predictive power. They predict, and we have experimental evidence, and we have observational evidence that, look at that, we couldn't do half our science and cosmology without relativity. What is the evidence you have for relativity? What's the proof you have for it? Oh yeah, that light bends around large masses. Well, of course it bends around large masses, light, if you have mass there. And I'm repeating this stuff over and over, but it all relates back to the idea of proof. There is no proof. There's no experimental proof. There's no proof of anything. We can't check off a box and say, this is forever. Because if someone comes along with a new system and it's better, then they win Occam's razor, or they can explain more. And all these problems that we have and we see can't be explained by a model. But no model can be proven. Models can be supported. Models can work well. Models can be useful. Models can even make predictions perhaps we didn't have. And then all of a sudden we have something very useful to society, just like the boson, the Higgs boson. Look at all the technology it's generated. I couldn't resist. Obviously, that's about as sarcastic as I can get. But look at the quark model and how, because that's been around a long time, and look at all. Oh, it hasn't generated anything, any at all. So you get into all kinds of things. Emotion, because we get attached to the mathematics. We get attached to thinking that these things are beautiful. We get attached to the group that we're in and we all talk about it. We then say, look at all the proof. So much so, Neil deGrasse Tyson says, we've got immense amount of proof. It's over. It's decided. Check off the box. We found the universe's hidden secrets. If there was a creator to the universe, we have found their blueprint. And anyone else in the universe will find it. Sorry, folks. That's not the way it works. There is no proof. We only have evidence that all of these models that we are now proposing, because when you're in a crisis, what we call proofs and the evidence and the empirical observations, all the things that we see, even our mathematical models start to say, oh, they don't work here. But the problem is you can't go forward in science until you have this engineering attitude. You can't be a critical thinker. You cannot put forward better models if you think that you have found the answer. You can come up with a better model and it will do better and maybe be a better explanation, and then that will be adopted. But until we have the ability to smash this stuff and be able to start over, we're not going to go anywhere, especially when we are in the midst of a paradigm shift, which we are. Why are there so thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of critical thinkers out there who know special relativity is wrong, who know general relativity is wrong, who knows space-time is a joke, who knows Higgs the boson is a joke, who knows quarks are a joke, who knows all this stuff is invented, who knows all these things are arbitrary? Because it's the critical attitude that will say to you, my father will say to you, yes, we have a particle model. We hope it can describe lots of good things and maybe even make predictions and maybe even explain things in a better way where we couldn't explain it before. Like dispersion, diffusion, light, rainbows. My dad always gets me wrong. I always get that wrong. But the thing is we understand there's no proof for our model. Our model is going to be a mathematical or a physical model or a description of the world with its rules, and it's going to try to understand and explain things as best it can. Someone else's model can do even maybe better than ours in one aspect or another, but there's never proof for it. So does that mean things we don't know that don't exist? Oh, there are no atoms? Of course, we see things like that. We see atoms. We know there's a gravitational force. We know there's a magnetic force. But we don't know what those things really are. And that's the exciting part. That's what makes critical thinking right now really exciting, because we can stand up and say there is no proof for anything. There are just models and theories, and we can try to make them better and better by looking at the mistakes. And we have committed in the last 100 years, we have gone to so many dead ends that this is like, we are like kids in a candy shop, we critical thinkers. And we can go and look at these problems, examine the problems, see where their models fail, and where we can find those problems, we can then find out what went wrong, correct those things, see if we can build better models on better assumptions, on better logic than we did before. And we have lots of those people today, and that's really exciting. Proof doesn't exist. Evidence that supports models and theories can exist. But proof? Nope, nope. Think about it. Remember, don't take my word on it for it. Don't take anybody's word on faith. Stay critical and stay thinking. I'm your science therapist. I'm trying to get rid of your bad habits. And talking about, oh, I have proof. Nope, you have supporting evidence for something you have. There's never proof. Ciao for now.